Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvandam Maravindanalaya Taksham Bhagavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundaram Kandar Agom Vigamaniya Vishesha Shobham
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Andani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Bhakti Kayanti Tiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam
जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Bandamo Isabadhana Mate. Bandamo Isabadhana Mate. Jahara prasade bha e bhavatariya jai. Jahara prasade bha e bhavatariya jai. Krishna prapti haya jaha haite. Krishna prapti haya jahaite. Guru mukha padma vakya chittete kariya aikya. Guru mukha padma vakya chittete kariya aikya. Arana kariha mane asa. Arana kariha mane asa. Sri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati. श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति ये प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा ये प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षु दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहा होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहा होते अविद्या विनाश जाते दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु 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 लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना शिल प्रभुपाद पतित पावना हा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पाद छाया 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 एबे जस घुसुक त्रिभुवना एबे जस घुसुक त्रिभुवना शिला प्रभुपाद लोइला शरणा जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति-वेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangera Namare. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Sei Hoye Amar Prana Re. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Lalita Visakha. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Te Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Te Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Te Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Om Tat Sat. धन्यवाद.
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivraja Acharya Ashtatrashta Shri Srimad Abhai Charan Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Nama Acharya Sharidas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Nitai Gaur Paramananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories of Guru Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glory to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, and Text 2. Asyapi Deva Vapusha Mat Anugrahasya Svecha Mayasya Natu Bhuta Mayasya Kopi Neshe Mahi Tvasitum Tvavasitum Manasantarena Sakshat Tavaiva Kim Utatma Sukhanubhutehe Asyapi Deva Vapusho Matunagrahasya Svecha Mayasya Natu Bhuta Mayasya Kopi Neshe Mahi Tvasitum Tvavasitum Manasantarena Sakshat Tavaiva Kim Utatma Sukhanubhutehe Asyapi Deva Vapusho Matunagrahasya स्वेच्छामयस्य न तु भूतामयस्य कोऽपि नेषेमहि त्ववसितुं मनसान्तरेण साक्षात् तवैव किम् उतात्मसुखानुभूतेः अस्यापि देवा वपुषो मदनुग्रहस्य स्वेच्छामयस्य न तु भूतामयस्य कोऽपि नेषेमहि त्ववसितुं मनसान्तरेण साक्षात् तवैव किम् उतात्मसुखानुभूतेः Mataji's. Asya, of this, api, even, Deva, O Lord, Vapushaha, the body, Mad Anugrahasya, which has shown mercy to me, Sva-icha Mayasya, which appears in response to the desires of your pure devotees. Na, not. Tu, on the other hand. Bhuta Mayasya, a product of matter. Kaha, Brahma. Api, even. Na Ishe, I am not able. Mahi, the potency. Tu, indeed. Abasitum, to estimate. Manasa, with my mind. Antarena, which is controlled and withdrawn. Sakshat, directly. Tava, your. Eva, indeed. Kim uta, what to speak. Atma, within yourself. Sukha, of happiness. Anubhutehe, of your experience. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. My dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of this transcendental body of yours, which has shown such mercy to me and which appears just to fulfill the desires of your pure devotees. Although my mind is completely withdrawn from material affairs, I cannot understand your personal form. How, then, could I possibly understand the happiness you experience within yourself? Purport. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Volume 1, Chapter 14. Oh. True?
Can you repeat the verse for everybody, please? This is how we do it here.
The Sanskrit or the English? I can read the English again after the purport. Okay. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Volume 1, Chapter 14, Srila Prabhupada explains that in the present verse, Lord Brahma expressed the following prayerful sentiment. Your appearance as a cowherd child is for the benefit of the devotees, and although I have committed offenses at your lotus feet by stealing away your cows, boys and calves, I can understand that you are now showing me your mercy. That is your transcendental quality. You are very affectionate toward your devotees. Yet, in spite of your affection for me, I cannot estimate the potency of your bodily activities. It is to be understood that when I, Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of this universe, cannot estimate the childlike body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what to speak of others? And if I cannot estimate the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what can I understand about your transcendental pastimes? Therefore, as it is said in the Bhagavad-Gita, anyone who can understand a little of the transcendental pastimes, appearance and disappearance of the Lord, immediately becomes eligible to enter the kingdom of God after quitting the material body. The statement is confirmed in the Vedas, and it is stated simply. By understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can overcome the chain of repeated birth and death. I therefore recommend that people should not try to understand you by their speculative knowledge. When Brahma disrespected the supreme status of the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna first bewildered him by exhibiting the Lord's own transcendental power. Then, having humbled his devotee Brahma, Krishna gave him his personal audience. According to Srila Vishwanath Thakur, Lord Krishna's transcendental body can also function through the agency of his plenary expansions called Vishnu Tattva. As stated by Brahma himself in the Brahma Samhita 532, Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittinmanti. This verse indicates not only that the Lord can perform any bodily function with any of his limbs, but also that he can see through the eyes of his Vishnu expansion, or, indeed, through the eyes of any living entity, and, similarly, that he can hear through the ears of any Vishnu or Jiva expansions. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that although the Lord can perform any function with any one of his senses, in his transcendental pastimes as Sri Krishna, he generally sees with his eyes, touches with his hands, hears with his ears, and so on. Thus, he behaves like the most beautiful and charming young cowherd boy. The Vedic knowledge expands from Lord Brahma, who is described in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam as Adi Kavi, the primeval Vedic scholar. Yet Brahma could not understand the transcendental body of Lord Krishna because it is beyond the reach of ordinary Vedic knowledge. Among all the transcendental forms of the Lord, the two-armed form of Govinda, Krishna, is original and supreme. Thus, Lord Govinda's pastimes of stealing butter, drinking the gopis' breast milk, tending the calves, playing his flute, and playing childhood sports are extraordinary even in comparison with the activities of Lord Vishnu's expansions. So the translation: My dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of this transcendental body shown such mercy to me, and which appears just to fulfill the desires of your pure devotees. Although my mind is completely withdrawn from material affairs, I cannot understand your personal form. How, then, could I possibly understand the happiness you experience within yourself? So here, Lord Brahma, then he admits that his understanding, it's limited. Even though at some point, he was also thinking that, well, he is the creator, he is the original person. But here we can see how he understood that it's not such. So, but he is humbled by Krishna, and he takes it very properly, being very humble. We see another instance, for example, when how Krishna sometimes plays these pastimes. One time, then he bewildered Mahadev as Mohini Murti, and in the Mohini Murti, then he becomes very, very attractive. And so even Mahadev was bewildered. And he was running actually not to see. But then Lord Vishnu, then he was very merciful. So he showed himself his original form. And Mahadev understood. There is one deity in South India of Mohini Murti. I think it's only one deity. From the front, when you come take darshan, then it's Vishnu. You go from behind the deity, it's a parikram, and you see Mohini Murti. So it's that's actually it's a self-manifested deity. So these pastimes do exist. Now we understand that Krishna, then he is showing that to the devotees by his extraordinary mercy. He is being very merciful, and therefore he sometimes shows various his pastimes. Sometimes the devotees being humbled. Sometimes, but even that is done for just to show the grace of the devotees, the greatness. So, now, the point being that Krishna is the absolute supreme personality of Godhead. He is the summum bonum. He is everything. But above all, then he likes to have some interactions, some relationships with his devotees. So now, every jiva then can develop the relationship. Actually, no, that's the intrinsic nature of the jiva, to be serving the Lord, to have a relationship with the Lord. But then, problem being that we had forgotten that. So to be able to re-establish the real understanding of who we are, the real relationship with the Lord, so then we need to little work for it. Then we have, our heart is dirty, right? Anarthas, from anarthas desires come. So we want so many nonsensical things. Now, because of that, we are attached to the material nature. We think that we can enjoy it here, now, whatever it is. But we are misusing our attachment. Because we can have only one attachment. We can decide whether we want to be attached to material world, then we cannot be attached to Krishna. So, it has to come from within us. It has to come the desire. We have to desire, I don't want this attachment here. I want actually to be attached to Krishna. In the beginning, then difficulties are there because the mind is very powerful. It controls us, and we are trying whatever we can. Actually, in the beginning, we don't even try. We just go with it. Mind is giving us some ideas. We don't even think about. We just immediately do it. Because as I feel, then it should be done. Now the problem with this that everybody feels differently and that the world becomes chaos. Because everybody wants something different than the other. And that depends on the level of consciousness of the person, right? So, to realize who we are, to realize that we are jiva, we are the spirit soul, we are part and parcel of the Lord. Then, somehow, then we need to purify ourselves and we need to develop the desire. Just purification is not enough. So, Srila Prabhupada, he gave us perfect solution for this. He gave us to follow the process of Vaidesarana Bhakti, which leads us to, okay, it's the purification. But, no, with the purification, what do? We have to then endeavor, as we said, develop the desire. The desire, it develops in the association, community, society of the devotees, where everybody is trying to work for the same goal. We all try to please Krishna. That's our goal. Now, everybody may have different nature and everybody may have different desire how to please Krishna. Somebody is a pujari, right? So then they worship deities. Then everybody else comes and sing in the kirtan for the devotee, for the deities. One leads, everybody follows. Everybody performs devotional activities that way. Somebody may cook for the Lord. So various activities, and now through those activities then we get purified. But as through the association only, then we need to develop the utsaha, means enthusiasm. Enthusiasm in performing these activities. And what are these activities? What should we do? Then, associating with the devotees with proper attitude. So Rupa Goswami, he gives us the way. Arati pratigrihnati, guhyamati pichati, bhunkte bojayate. So, relating, associating with devotees, developing relationship, loving relationship, as Srila Prabhupada translates, among the devotees. So that's the key to then develop desires. Develop the desire. Wow, yeah, that's so nice to be among the devotees. That's so nice, to chant the holy name with the devotees, to be in the kirtan, to do activities together, go for Harinam, book distribution. It's something which purifies the heart, but at the same time, it's very pleasing. Going parikrama, right? We are in Vrindavan, the most holy place of Krishna. So, every moment here, it's, cannot even express how auspicious is to be in Vrindavan. But sometimes we may forget. We may become too familiar. And we may start to think or to act, even in Vrindavan, on more mundane platform. And that's not good. So, to be able to progress, then we need to endeavor to develop the community of the devotees, so then everything becomes very favorable for the advancement of each member. Srila Prabhupada did that. He endeavored to develop many temples so the devotees have place to associate. He wrote transcendental purports, Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, and other books. So then we can have an understanding through Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, then what needs to be performed. What should we do? Now, to do that, then now we need to understand that there are certain qualities we should endeavor to develop. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he gives us very clear instruction. Trinadapi sinechana, tararapi sahishana, amanina, manadena, and then kirtanya sadahari. So this is a very, very important instruction. Because to realize the transcendental aspect of the Lord, or transcendental form of the Lord, or say the Lord, then by the Shastra there are described 4 aspects: the name, the form, the qualities, and the pastimes. So now our endeavor, as per instruction of Srila Prabhupada, then is to chant the holy name whenever we can. And when chanted, then Lord Krishna is with us. We see the example which was given in Bhagavatam when Narada Muni, then he, small boy, and he got association of Mahabhagavatas. His mother left her body. He was alone, but he was very confident because he felt presence. He felt empowered by the Lord. So, not being attached to anything, he just went to the forest and he tried meditation. So he sat down, he meditated on the Lord, and the Lord appeared to him. And then he was very happy, and the Lord was very calming, and everything looked perfect. Then the Lord, he disappeared. And after some time, then Narada Muni again wanted to see the Lord. So again did the same thing. Meditation with the same concentration and nothing. Then he got scared. He was afraid. What did I do wrong? What happened? Where is my Lord? I cannot be without him. And at the time, the Lord, he appeared as a voice. And he simply said, in this lifetime, you will not see me again. So he was very scared. But the Lord continued. He said, whenever you chant my names, I will be with you. So Narada Muni, very happy, started chanting the Lord's names, and since then he is never separated from the Lord. So he had realized that the Lord and his name are not different. That's a very important realization, which comes by the devotees' surrender. So we are trying to develop the surrender and the desire to realize that. But with the desire, like Lord Brahma, he says, well, we should not try to use our speculative knowledge to get that. That will not help. Rather, then we should develop the surrender and the desire to understand what can I do, how can I serve the Lord. Then the original state of the jiva will be re-established. Because right now, the conditioned jiva as such, then we are covered by the ahankar. Ahankar is nothing, just the covering which makes us not understand who we are. The false ego. And the false ego can be easily removed by even one chanting of the holy name. But we don't want that. We say we want, but we still have attachments. Once, in Ramanujacharya, in Melkote, he was eating some prasad. And few of the crumbles of the prasad fell into the water. Now, in the water, there are fish. The fish see something to eat and immediately just go for it and eat it. The fish ate the crumbles, and then the fish changed into the four-hand form and went to Vaikuntha. And everybody saw it. The disciples who were there with him, they saw, and go, what is this? And then they were, because for them Vaikuntha is the goal. So, how is it possible? How is it possible that the fish, who is the low creatures, who are they? No, now somewhere at the lower level of the evolution. Okay, evolutionary chain. Okay, great, thank you. And just one crumble, and they are going to Vaikuntha. And what about me? I am eating Mahaprasadam every day here, right? And tons of Mahaprasad. But I'm here. Why? See, the answer is it's simple. Attachments. We maintain our attachments, and because of that, we are unable to get attached to Krishna. It's as simple. That's why, because the jiva, what jiva can do? The jiva inside the heart has nothing under control. The body doesn't belong to the jiva. The energies don't belong to the jiva. No, nothing here belongs to the jiva. Everything is controlled by the Lord. Everything is controlled by Paramatma. So the jiva can only desire. Like, I want to say something. So I desire, and Paramatma makes it happen. I want to raise my hand. I desire, but it's not my hand. The vocal cord is also not mine. I don't have control underneath, over it. It's Paramatma. But I desire, and Paramatma makes it immediately happen. It's like perfect virtual reality, right? You think of something and just it happens, no. But because it's so quick, it's so perfect that I feel I'm doing it. So, whatever desires we have, then the Lord, whenever, however, He fulfills them. When it sanctions by the Paramatma, it can be done, then it's fulfilled. So fine. So what desires do we have? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending? Or do we have more elevated desires, the transcendental desires? That depends on us. So, if we have the transcendental desires, Krishna can immediately help us. He is there waiting for us. But as long as we maintain the desires for the material, then Krishna, he is our friend, he is best friend, he is Bhaktavatsala. He wants the best for us. So, you want to play a little bit here in the material world, okay, do it. It's alright. I have time, I have no problem. Like a father, he may ask, he may let his son play on the sand. The son, he may get so engrossed in the play that he forgets about his father. But the father is not upset. He's happy seeing how his son is playing. And when the boy, he becomes tired or hungry, he comes back to the father. And he said, Father, I am hungry, I would like to go home. And what does the father do? No, the whole time you didn't think about me, so now take care of yourself. No, he is waiting. Please come, let's go. I'm so happy that you were playing so nicely today, so you are happy, I am happy, let's go home. You can eat, you can rest. So it's like that Krishna is waiting for us to get tired, to get hungry. But until then, Krishna has time. He is the time, right? So he has no problem with that. He's just, we are just playing here on the sandpit and then thinking that I am this, I am that, I am doing this. So when we get tired, Krishna will help. So Krishna can help when we work on the detachment. But for example, what about the fish? Was the fish transcendental? How did the fish get the liberation such a way? The fish wasn't elevated transcendentally, but they were not attached. So they had no attachment. And then because of that, even the crumble of the Mahaprasad immediately acted. It develops. So, our endeavor should be at least minimize and get rid of attachments here in the material world. And sometimes they can be very subtle. Sometimes they can be very, very great obstacles. Another example of how attachments can be very detrimental, we see in the case of Tukaram Maharaj. He was going to go to Vaikuntha. Then there was a Vimana. He was sitting on a tree, and everybody saw, all the villagers come together to see Tukaram Maharaj then leaving for Vaikuntha. The Vishnudutas were there. They were already inviting him into the Vimana. Then Tukaram Maharaj, he was just about to board them, and he said, wait. I have promised to few of my friends that when I go to Vaikuntha, I will take them with me. Can I do that? He asked the Vishnu. Vishnu said, please go bring your friends. So then he goes, and now he is asking, he goes to the first one. He says, my dear friend, please, time to go. You see, the Vimana is here. All you need to do, please come with me. We go into the Vimana and we can leave this material world. And his friend said, oh, that's so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. But you see, I have a sick daughter. And if I don't take care, who will? How can I go? All right. So he goes to the next friend. He said, please, my dear friend, let's go now. That's very great. No. I would love to go with you. But you see, the crop season is coming. If I don't harvest the crops, my family will starve. How can I go? So like that, he had 4 or 5 friends. Nobody agreed to go. Simply because of their attachment. And we are not talking something abstract. You see the Vimana. Somebody is coming to you, and please come. Just all you need to do, just few steps there. That's it. But it didn't happen. So it's very, very, very dangerous. We may think everything is fine, but if Krishna Balaram, okay, come with me now. Okay, can I make a phone call first? No, or can I just go on Facebook and then just show how I'm going, or no? Can we drop everything this moment? Or is there something still? Just a minute, just a second. Okay, too late, sorry. Can we drop our attachments? It's not as simple as it looks. But that's exactly what we need to do. Because when the time of death comes, it's a moment. It's a split of second. What are we going to be thinking about? Oh, no, not yet, please, no. I still, no. I didn't lock my car. No. We may come up with some very foolish ideas. But if we are endeavoring to perform service, we are endeavoring to please Krishna, please Guru, then all these ideas will not be there at that time. Our Guru will help us, Krishna will help because of our endeavors. But so to do that, ideal way how we can get rid of attachment, it's to have a proper association of the devotees. That's why communities are so important. And Srila Prabhupada, he knew that. That's what he established. And to have proper community, then what we need to work on, we need to work on the qualities of the foremost quality which must be developed in the society, it's respect. We need to learn to respect each other. We need to learn that brahmacharis respect grihastas, grihastas respect brahmacharis. Now over here we see in India, it's not that much problem. But when I was traveling, seeing different temples, the quality of respect, it's not always very prominent. And if we cannot have respect, we cannot have proper association. We have to learn to respect, and not just the devotees. We have to also respect the people who come. They are also devotees. They are coming to the Dham. We have to learn also to respect the dog, the cat. But the matter how we show respect to the living entities varies according to who they are. So if it's somebody senior, yes, so then we, by service or paying obeisances, that's one way. Somebody who is junior, then we are giving association. Somebody who is equal, then it's on the friendship. Somebody who is on the low level, like the dogs, the cats, mosquitoes, we still can have respect for them. But not that kind of, you invite your dog into the bed, okay, please sleep here, no, everything is fine, no, you are elevated soul. Monkey, right? No. Please, monkey, come, take my clothes, no. Don't have to do that. But there is a way how we can respect every living entity. And that's through prasad. And even if you don't have prasad with you, you can always chant the holy name for the living entity. So when you see mosquitoes flying, and you can just chant the holy name, and they benefit. They get the opportunity. Actually, when they get the holy name, and okay, I'm not talking about Vrindavan, because that's a very special place, that's different. But anywhere in the world, just by getting some prasad or getting to hear the holy name, they get the opportunity to get next lifetime as a human form. That's something which it's very, very great. There was one man, and he was having some difficulties. So he didn't know what to do with it. So he went to a psychologist. The psychologist was a lady, and she was also into regressions. He said, okay, you have some psychological problems, okay, let's do some regressions. Then they went through it, and so she puts him into the hypnotic trance, and then he's capable of seeing kind of like what happened before he got born. So then, now, as he is in that hypnotic sleep, doing the regression, now, so she asked him, okay, so now, where are you? I don't know where I am, but I see everything is very small. Actually, yeah, I'm flying. So, oh, what? Okay, so stop. Few times more. That is okay. So then he figured out actually that he was a bug, some beetle or some fly, and just flying around. And then okay, so and then what? So then what happened? How did you die? I don't remember. Okay, let's go through it. So he sees some. He sits somewhere dark. Let's go again. So then now he sees like some building, some window. He goes, sees something. There is something to eat. Okay, he sits on it. Dead. Now, okay. So can you describe the building? He said, yeah, it's some kind of like a building. It's a little bit pointed. No, there is some wheel on top. No, okay, and then what? No, I'm flying. There is something to eat. No, so but somebody's standing there. No, But okay, he sits there and suddenly finished. So they didn't know, what is this? But now I think the lady, then now she read some books of the devotees. So then she went to the devotees and said, what is that? No, what he's describing, that's a Vishnu temple. So what happened to the guy, that he as a fly or a bug, he went into the temple for the offering, he sat down, and there was some pujari, probably whacked him or something, and he was finished. But he was able to take the prasadam. So then, because of that, the next lifetime, he became human. And the lady actually said, I did many regressions, hundreds of regressions, but never I had somebody who was not human before. So it works. And after that, the lady and also the man, they become devotees. So it's great. Anybody can develop. Just let's work on respect, and that will help us very much to develop the desire for a proper association, and so we can also come to the realization who we are, who is Krishna, and what is our relationship. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
We think we're the doers, but actually material nature is doing. So how do we give up these desires which are keeping us here? Is it a mental effort? Is it, I know you said association is there, but is it just do we intellectualize that I need to drop this and not be attached to them?
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Madhura Karambini, then he is describing about anarthas. Anarthas, the seeds of desires. Those seeds, they are inactive and we don't know about them. But when you put seed into the soil and you put some water, it starts sprouting. So when the anartha comes in the proper environment, it starts sprouting. Like we see children, we call children innocent. In a sense, they are innocent, but the heart is full of anarthas too. But it's not their time yet. Therefore, they are not sprouting. So the children have the innocent, ignorant, actually. But as soon as the puberty starts, so then the proper environment develops, the proper soil, proper watering, then it starts sprouting. So it's the anarthas which should be our focus. I mean, they are our problem, actually. Because according to the anarthas in the heart, then we act even against our will. We don't want to do that. I know it's not good. I must. Like you see, when a person is addicted to drinking or to smoking or to drugs, the person knows it's bad for him. When he is clean, then he knows how bad and he doesn't want to do it. But when opportunity comes, he gets into it. He is not having it under control. So now, for us to be able to develop that control, then we should develop not attachment for the anarthas. It's not easy, but again, just through association, we can see that some activities, they are so nice. I like to do the devotees. So through the association, through chanting of the holy name, then we are developing the not attachment is enough. If we immediately can, by Krishna's mercy, devotee's mercy, develop attachment for the Lord, okay, we are happy, that's the best. But as long as we cannot do it because we are some attachment, then at least just, okay, whatever comes, then no, take it, use it, in some enjoyment, just don't go for over endeavor. Because that develops more and more attachment. So we are trying to now realize that association within the devotees is the best. That's why they respect. So if we maintain that and we start working or not expecting for ourselves too much, so then amanina manadena, then become humble and tolerant becomes much easier. And the anarthas will disappear. So like Vishwanath Thakur, he describes there are the 4 kinds of anarthas. One is from pious activities, sinful activities, one from devotional service, and one from namaparat. Then he describes that from the sinful and pious activities, the anarthas, you don't have to do much. Just do devotional service, they will disappear. It's easy to take care of. The anarthas coming from devotional activities means sevaparat. What can you do? You have done. Don't be mental about it. Just do more devotional service. They will be taken care of. So 3 kinds of anarthas, they will be completely purified from within the heart as you progress in devotional service. No problem. The real problem are namaparat. Namaparat, these anarthas only completely right at the time of prema. Those are the ones which we should be really afraid of. So therefore, first of all, don't commit namaparat. Be afraid of committing namaparat. Be afraid of committing vaishnavaparat. Because every moment we go, there is some anartha, it's getting stronger. So we should really avoid it. And that's why the respect. If we respect somebody, it's very difficult to commit offense towards. So with respect, we can have the proper relationships and not committing namaparat and avoiding that, then our anarthas can get purified very quickly just by the performance of devotional service, chanting of the holy name. Yes? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Maybe one more if there is, or... Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for very nice, wonderful lecture. Please, can you tell me about if somebody has a very great attachment to his personal deities? Personal deities, not deities in the temple, but personal deities. I kept them for a long time, such years. I became so attached, so now I am worried. If I will leave my body, will care of them.
Don't be worried. Okay, be attached to your deities, be attached to the deities in the temple. It's the same person. He is Krishna, just a different form. So we should not discriminate, okay, this one, no, this is only the form of Krishna which I love, and everybody else is just nobody to me. No, it's Krishna, different pastimes, different ways how he manifests, different moods. So we have to learn to respect that. We have to learn to acknowledge it's Krishna. So now he is in this form, the attachment should be to the form too. No? But yes, okay, we may have some preference But we cannot say that I'm attached to this, but I'm not attached to any other. It's a Krishna's form, it's Krishna himself, just in different mood. So we have to develop the attachment consistently for Krishna.
Why Srila Prabhupada again and again was insisting not to have personal deities, only for Grihasthas who are living very far from the temple? He was saying, okay, they can get...
Well, if you have so many personal deities, then no, maybe the devotees will not be willing to come to the temple. No, there is no need to come to the temple. But then the temple is the place of association. So that's why, no, just don't focus on your personal deities. Just come to the temple and do all the worship and all the meditation and everything you want to do for Krishna here. So, and then you can get also the association of devotees. Otherwise, okay, I have personal deities, I can do everything at home. I don't have to go to the temple at all. And that's not what Srila Prabhupada wanted.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Jai Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Pramanande. Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare